and welcome to another exciting episode of Can It Take K26, the show where we take a variety of blasters and see if they can be upgraded using a K26 spring, or, if not, what I have lying around that I might be able to upgrade them with. I'm your host, Captain Xavier, and today we're going to be looking at a pair of relatively new blasters, starting with the Nerf SPL. The SPL was released in 2019 as part of the Fortnite line. It came with a suppressor-looking thing. It has a 3-round internal magazine, similar to the Rey and Han Solo blasters. And obviously has that slightly cartoonish look to it, because it's based on Fortnite. And I want to know if this thing can take a K26. So, let's find out. Well, that's handy. The handle comes off as a completely separate piece, which is nice for painting because, as it is, it looks well, it looks like a turd. Let's be honest. The patterning and all of that would be fine if it were black or, frankly, any other color, but it's baby poop green, which is just nasty. But it comes off very easily if you wanted to, say, integrate this underslung on something, the way we do for a Magnus. Now, I wouldn't do that because it just holds 3 rounds of regular darts, and I prefer my underslung things to add some functionality, either multi-shot from like a rough cut or mega from a Magnus. But if that's what you wanted to do, this would make it really easy. So, I think this is going to be a quick and easy answer. Yeah, it's got the same 2-sized spring that you see in the Han Solo and Rey blasters, which unfortunately very distinctly does not take a K26, and I happen to know I don't have anything that is a good upgrade spring for it. I have heard that there are ways to use, I want to say, a retaliator spring, and there are other stock springs I've heard can be used, but I don't have any of them on hand that I know of. Pretty sure they do now make upgrade springs for them as well, but definitely not going to work with K26. So I'm just gonna toss this one back together and move on to the next one that I'm decidedly more hopeful for. This one was lent to me by the Nerf Curator, and I appreciate that greatly, so I will get this back to him now. Alright, I managed to get the shell back together correctly. Now I just need to finish screwing it together. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Lettuce.
Uh-huh. Alright, well that's a no to the Fortnite SPL, but there are springs I'm sure you could upgrade it with if you really wanted to. It's a comfy little blaster. Just could use a definite paint job, though be careful with the coloring you go with, because it is one of the more realistic blasters, I suppose. Anyway, on to the next contestant after these messages. All of the K26 used on this series was donated by Out of Darts. Check out his new website at outofdarts.com for all your Nerf modding needs. Our next contestant is the Quadrant. The Quadrant was also released in 2019. January of 2019 was the official release. It is part of the Zombie Strike line. It has 4 barrels, smart AR, rear prime, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, and so far I'm really liking it. It does still have that made out of scrap parts look to it, but it's much more subtle than some of the previous ones, and it is an absolutely minimalist design. It does not have a lot of extra junk hanging off of it like you see in the Doomlands blasters. It, despite being 4 ARs, it is a really svelte little package. You could easily holster this. It would probably fit in a double AK pouch. Maybe. I'm reasonably certain that it would. And it's, I like it. As a comfy grip, does have that faux wrap, but you can always put an actual wrap. But it does look like that faux wrap might come off. We will see here in a minute. Anyway, I am very curious if this one will take a K26, because it is direct prime, though we'll find out when we get into it. Here we go. Alright, so first off, yes, the faux cloth wrap does just come off and is much more comfortable without it. You could then wrap it with real stuff or make a plate to cover it, or just leave it skeletonized. It's actually really comfy without it. And it does still have a spring to hold in place. So, yeah, I like that. I like that. Oh, that is promising. That is a nice big plunger. Good. Yeah, it looks like it's built on the Night Finder or Fire Strike design. It is Smart AR, which is going to, you lose, for my testing, you were losing about 2 FPS per barrel, which wasn't bad. That's less than some other ones that I have seen. So, plunger head does not come off, but that is doable. The catch spring is ridiculously beefy. Okay. Well, I think it is safe to say that K26 will fit. The question is, will we get enough compression to catch? And I think we might. How much pre-compression was there on that? None. Okay, so I'm going to need at least that much spring. So I'm going to need to bust open a new coil, because this one... Oh, no, this one looks like it's just the right length. We're going to try it. I've showed this technique a number of times, but I will show it again. In order to get the springs off when the head doesn't come off, you just need a pair of pliers, and you twist it off the side, and then just thread it off. It'll usually come off fairly easily. Getting the K26 on, you're going to chew up your plunger rod a little bit, but not too bad. And you can just clean it up with a file. So, yeah, that's pretty close. Make sure that the catch is behind when you go to put the spring on, and you just have to twist it on. Once you get it started, it'll go fairly easily, and the last ring is gonna cut it a little bit, like I said, but shouldn't do too much damage. See if this was long enough to avoid the ever annoying spring rattle. We're gonna give it a go. That is an impressively powerful catch spring. I am impressed, Hasbro. Well done. All right. So K26 definitely fit. The question of whether or not it will catch remains. All right, well, K26 definitely fit. We now just need to button it up and see if it will catch. But first, a word from our sponsor,
Vikings.
Well, all right then. All right, moment of truth. It works. Good Lord. Let's chrono this thing now. Stock, the top barrel was getting around 70, and then it was losing 2 to 3 FPS per lower barrel. We'll see what kind of an improvement the K26 gave us. Oh, we got spring rattle though. Oh, that's not good. Oh, we've had a problem. Alright, so it's really not liking that unsquared end on the top portion, which I'm not terribly surprised. The way this back end is, it looks like it's fairly finicky. So we're gonna have to take this K26 off, which is going to mess up our plunger rod some more. Alright. The new section of K26, same length as the original one, which is pretty much the same length as that one, but now we've got a squared end, which should hopefully alleviate the problem we had just now. Ugh. Plunger rod is all chewed up now. Luckily, we can just file it down. Filed out the gouges. Now we will see if with that added bit of spring, it will still catch. Alright. Still catches. Alright. Whew. It is much spicier. I managed to hit 100 on the second barrel using stock elites. So, yeah. This this is lovely. This is nice. I particularly like that is removable. I don't know if I will try filling it. I will probably just put a wrap around it, an actual wrap. With the amount of power that this now has, you could potentially brass the barrels. I'm not sure if I'd brass all 4. Once you get down to the lower ones, you're going to start losing power because of the Smart AR system. But you could definitely, I would say, brass the first 2 and get an inordinate amount of power out of your first 2 shots and then a little bit less out of your next 2 shots. But that is a really nice design. I like this. I will definitely be using this. I will probably paint it up. I might actually try painting it so that it looks like it's made out of scrap. Painting a lot of this stuff silver or rusted metal or something, just to stick with that design that it has going for it. Rust would still be my colors. I could paint it base black and then do all of the metal in a rust, a copper, a very deep orange, which would still be in my color. So yeah, I like it. Well done, well done. All right, let's recap. All right, for those of you just tuning in or who just skipped to the end to see the results, that was a no for the Fortnite SPL. It's got the same weird 2-size spring that you get in the Han Solo or Ray blasters. There are upgrades for that. There are other stock springs that you can use, but it won't take K26. But that was a definite yes for the Quadrant, which I am not terribly surprised about, but I am very pleased about. It's not a terribly heavy prime, and the T-pole design makes it really comfortable. The stock spring, catch spring, super beefy. Didn't have to upgrade that. Loving this. Gonna have fun with this. So there you have it. If you have any recommendations for future episodes, any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and put them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching.